Well, welcome to the Punk Rock Condition, where we explore, discover, and appreciate all things punk rock. If that interests you, please subscribe. I'm lucky enough here on episode 4 of PRC Interviews to be sitting down with Justin, Steve, and Jeff from 500 Bucks, Philadelphia's own 500 Bucks. How you guys doing today?
What's up?
So yeah, I saw you guys recently up at Nomad in Doylestown. First time I saw you guys, and you had mentioned like you had a couple more shows coming up. So how did they go, and did you play with anybody interesting?
Yeah, we played in Doylestown and that was rad. We love Nomad. And then and the next night we played at TVI in Brooklyn
Yeah.
with our friends All Dogs. It was like their 10-year anniversary of their record Kicking Every Day.
Hmm.
And then we played in New Jersey. And that was great. It was awesome.
Very cool. And now you guys are back to reality.
We are, yeah, everybody's back home.
So listen, this is not your guys' first rodeo. I know that you've been in other bands in the past, most notably maybe the Holy Mess. But if you could give us like a comprehensive rundown of the projects or bands that you guys have been in the past, that just to like put a bow on it and let everybody know, and maybe to let people know to go check that stuff out.
So I actually I grew up in Pennsylvania, and then I moved away in the early 2000s. So my stuff's kind of spread out between Pennsylvania and Florida. I used to actually play the drums was as my first instrument. I used to play in a like really old hardcore band called And So It Begins in the early 2000s. That was more like along the lines of bands like The Swarm and Reversal of Man and like really fast hardcore stuff. And then before that, I was in a pop punk band from Doylestown called the Bedwetters. That was my very first band. We were like a Lookout Records kind of LARPing type thing.
The other end
We
of the
were
spectrum from
we were
hardcore to pop punk.
unhealthily into the Mr. T experience and Screeching Weasel and things like that. Moving forward, I moved down to Orlando, Florida in like 2006, and I started a band down there called How Dare You, where I sang and played guitar. And then after that, I started a band. Well, I joined a band called Go Rydell, where I just played guitar in. And then after that, I started a band called Teenagers, where I sang and played guitar in.
And now you're in 500 Bucks. How about you, Steve?
Yeah, I only bands that have like mattered that I played in have been when I moved to Atlanta. I started a band called Seagulls, and then now I play in another band called Bro. And that's both are just kind of like skate punk, pop punk bands, a little more aggressive, a little harder than 500 Bucks. I was in a metal band for a while called Moonshield with the drummer from New Junk City, so that's
Oh
fun.
man,
fun.
I low key love New Junk City, man.
Yeah, I high key love them.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too.
But yeah, yeah, that's most of the notable things. I fill in on guitar for and bass for whoever ever will have me. So sometimes I'm out with a band called You Vandal. Yeah, sometimes I'm playing at 500 Bucks too much. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
Very
Steve's a
cool.
man of many talents and many bands. He's always like out with somebody doing something. And actually, when I met Steve, I thought Steve was in New Junk City. This is years and years ago because he was filling in for them. And yeah, I met Justin when he was in Teenagers. Or actually, I probably met you in Go Rydell even before that. But yeah, but we toured together when you were in Teenagers.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was great.
Yeah, how about you, Jeff?
Yeah, so I played in some bands like, in high school and stuff like that when I lived in South Carolina. And then I started like touring around, just kind of like living in my car and playing like acoustic stuff. So I kind of was doing that for a while, and that's what like led me to Philadelphia in like, I don't know, like 2008, 9-ish. There was just something really special going on here at the time. I was just like, wow, this like doesn't exist where I'm from. There's just house shows every night and like huge DIY, like house scene.
Hmm.
And so that like I was like, I'm moving here. And so I moved here around like 2010, I think, playing around, and then I was in a band with some friends called Scarier Area for a
Okay.
while. And then yeah, then I joined the Holy Mess not long after that. And then now 500 Bucks.
You also
And,
have your solo stuff.
and Bella Vista
Yeah.
Social Club.
Well, yeah, that was just
Oh,
me, me and friends, doing like accompaniments to like the solo acoustic stuff. So still doing that. I'm haven't done it in a really long time, and I'm kind of starting to, dip my feet back into that stuff too.
Yeah, and you were only, I mean, you were in Holy Mess for their final album, or was it more than that?
Um, right before it was like the second to last record. So Conde Rue Las Vegas, I joined like right before that record came out, and then I toured with them, and then we did Comfort in the Discord, and then like another 7 inch called Trash Age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And st do you still talk to Steve O? What's he up to?
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a minute, but yeah, every now and then we say what's up to each other. We're actually playing there. I saw that they're playing some shows again, so they're playing in at Fest actually. So we'll see them down there.
Oh, with the like with the Holy Mess thing, or is it like the crippling
Yeah, no,
addiction
no,
thing
it's
that he
like I
does?
think it's the Holy Mass. I'm not really sure who else is playing in the band now, but we're doing our thing right now. So we'll see them down there.
Gotcha. Oh, man, I remember you mentioned them house shows. That's funny, man. He took me back.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing like Nothington
Oh
and
yeah.
like the Menzingers like in somebody's fucking
Hmm.
living room and being
Oh
like, this,
yeah.
this is amazing, man. And the
Well,
right before, yeah.
that's how I met all the Menzinger dudes is, like playing like house show acoustic basement stuff, and then just becoming friends with them and all
that's how
that
I met him
stuff.
too.
Yeah.
I met them in
Yeah.
How Dare You playing at John Murphy's old house, the Titan House, in that basement.
Yeah.
It was like whack-a-mole. There'd be shows, it'd be over here and then it'd be over there. And it was, I remember that, man. That was so cool.
Yeah. The
So,
Golden Tea House, Ava House, Sprinkle Kingdom, Breakfast and Dessert,
Golden
Ava
Tea House
Banana
House.
is so
Stand, Terror
oh,
Dome, Titan
Oh my
House.
God.
Yeah, all that. That was kind of like my
what was the
era
one?
of
What was the one by Kung Fu Necktie? The One Win Choice guys.
the Cracker Factory. So
Yeah.
that was my band, my friends Nick and Pete, Nick who I played with in Scary Area. That was their house. That was their
This was great,
so
man.
yeah, the Cracker Factory is awesome. That's where Scarier Area's like HQ was.
No
So there's
kidding.
like shows going on like 5 or 6 nights a week.
Yeah, I recall.
Um,
I
mhm.
recall playing one and then going to one the next night.
Yeah,
Uh, at that same place, and I was like, "This is wild. They do this stuff every night down here."
it was such a like cool thing to come from like South Carolina where like at the time there was just really not like anything like that going on. And then coming to the city and being like, what the hell? Like this is happening every night. Like you have literally your pick of all these different shows happening. So yeah,
That was a great period of time.
totally. And I mean, it still exists. I've gotten a little older, so there's like multiple different generations of houses and younger people that are doing it and still doing it now.
I
Right, but
remember back when house shows were a thing in the late '90s and early 2000s because a lot of the venues wouldn't have a lot of these bands in them. So like there was places in West Philadelphia in the late '90s, early 2000s that I used to play at like a couple legendary venues on Lancaster Avenue. One was called Kill Time, and the other one was called Stalag 13, and they were almost right next to each other. And crazy bands would come through there like Dillinger Escape Plan, Purge. Sam I Am played Stalag 13, Hot Water Music, and
oh
things
man.
like, and that's actually that those two places in the First Unitarian Church, and some early I saw like early stuff at the Trocadero, um, but those three places, those three houses were really my introduction to that kind of underground music and like what it is. I
Right.
feel like I kind of figured it out in a house more so than in a venue, and that was a great way to figure it out.
Yeah,
For sure.
definitely. Super cool, man. Don't let's not start talking about the Troc. I miss the damn Troc. That was the first venue I ever fell in love with, man. I loved the fucking Troc.
Loved it,
But
loved it, and always
yeah,
get Chinese food after the show.
no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, man.
So, anyways, you have two albums, you got two full lengths, and Pest Sounds came out back in April, your second release.
Mhm.
And honestly, as much as I love the first record, this record marks even more growth and effort. And so I'm just wondering, like, amongst your peers and your friends and your fans, how this has been received because I think it's fantastic.
Dude, I mean, any feedback we've gotten from it has been really like really awesome and you know, but I feel like also, any we haven't had like any real like big label push or PR really pushing it along. So anybody that hears our record, it's kind of like word of mouth. Yeah, it just means a lot when anybody checks out, especially like you, man, like finding the record and, asking us to do this. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's an inevitability. This just needs to get into people's hands and they'll recognize the strength of it. Um,
Thank you, man.
so like when you look at your current lineup as it's constructed, I know it's kind of like like sometimes it's five, sometimes it's four. How strong do you think like your current lineup is in terms of being able to like keep it together? And what's your creative process look like now when you're writing songs as a group?
Well, it's great. I mean, this is like such a solid unit of friends that are all talented musicians, except for me. But they're all really good, and and it's been great. I mean, we all live in different cities right now, but we've been able to like get together. We're really trying to just book more tours, and so we like they'll either fly up here or Bill and I will go down there. We'll get down for a day or two before and just kind of jam and then hit the road. We've had in the past people that have kind of come in on keys here and there, which is really fun. But really, it's just the four of us.
Hey, how about you, Steve? How do you feel about the current lineup?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Jeff writes all the songs, and then all I have to do is learn how to play them and sing them, and no responsibilities. I just try not to fuck up.
I want your job.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
great. It's awesome.
and the cool thing about being in this band is it doesn't matter if you fuck up. So we don't really, we don't care.
Well,
He
that's the
says
cool
that,
thing
but
about punk rock.
he hits us.
Yeah, I hit them. They had to put money in a jar. It's like
You
James
you hit
Brown.
me on stage several times a show, but unintentionally,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh,
as far as I know.
it's intentional.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
far as
That
I
was, hey, bud, I got news for you. Um, but no, like going forward, I mean, I'm really excited to get in a room with these guys and like start writing new stuff. But, we just put this record out. So we're trying to do as much as we can with this.
Yeah,
Um,
ride the wave. What went into the decision to repurpose Promises of Gold from Bella Vista into 500 bucks? Like, was it just, do you have a soft spot for really? I mean, it's a great fucking song. Yeah, what went into the decision to repurpose that?
Honestly, Bill and I were writing some stuff for a movie. My friend Matt wrote and directed a movie called Uncle Peckerhead and another movie called Bloody Axe Wound, and he asked us to write some songs. So we were just kind of like playing around with a lot of different stuff, and we just kind of stumbled upon it. We were just jamming on it, and we were like, okay, we kind of just demoed it, and when we did, we are like, this is like kind of working as like a
Yeah.
full band electric song, and we recorded it, and I'm glad we did.
Yeah, sometimes you don't know how that new rendition's gonna land, and then you start
Yeah.
fucking with it and you're like, shit, this is good.
Yeah, we weren't really, there wasn't a ton of thought behind it, honestly. We just kind of jammed on it and it kind of felt napped. It fell into place. It was already a song that was like an acoustic song. So, we just sort of added a different dynamic to it and recorded it.
So in the Hidden Gems episode, I did feature about 500 bucks about a month or so ago. You guys should check that out. I mentioned that without knowing any better, that I heard some Billy Joe Armstrong and some maybe Greg Barnett, Tom May influence in what you guys do. Do you feel, Jeff, that that was a fair characterization of your songwriting? And if not, who are your biggest influences, past and present, from the punk rock universe?
No, dude, I saw the video and it was extremely flattering, and the comparisons were much too kind, but very flattering. And I think those were pretty apt comparisons. But I don't know. I'm influenced by a lot of different stuff. Like I'll let these guys speak to their influences too, because I think we all listen to all different types of music, but I think I'm also just as influenced by punk rock as I am with like kind of like like 90s radio rock that I grew up listening to as a kid, like
For sure.
Everclear and like Oasis, that kind of stuff. Like, so kind of all over the board, but yeah, I have a real soft spot for just a catchy hook poppy stuff. So I can't help that.
Ah, man, there's nothing wrong with that.
But what about you fellas?
Punk influences specifically for me start with The Clash. It's my favorite band of all time. And then, a lot of stuff. Kid Dynamite was a big deal to me when I was a really young kid in Lifetime. And
Oh
all
man.
the typical, youth crew hardcore bands, it kind of all blended in for me.
Hmm.
All that stuff with energy really, 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 I mean, No Effects was a huge part of my youth. I think a lot of people's. Um,
No question.
and Bad Religion and things like that. And then outside of that, my dad's a professional drummer and schooled me on jazz and so forth. So as far as like playing influences go, that's a pretty wide range. But I play just as much jazz rock fusion as I do punk and hardcore. Just kind of fall in love with music that doesn't suck.
Yeah, and it makes, and when you're doing something, when you're taking influence from such a complex form of music like jazz, it's
Mhm.
only going to uh, make you so much stronger within the confines of the punk rock world, which is generally speaking pretty simple,
Definitely
or
opens
it
up
can be.
some other Yeah, it definitely opens up some other avenues when you're trying to be a little bit out of the box with writing like underlining melodic leads and so forth. But also, what I like about it is with playing jazz, you have to have a lot of musical chemistry, and that very much so in a band like 500 Bucks with harmonies and dynamics and so forth, and us trying to actually like express the song in a way that's enjoyable for the people that are standing there. You have to have really good musical chemistry, and I think that the four of us, when we get in a room together, it's pretty awesome.
How about you, Steve? Punk
Yeah.
influences?
I mean, I was like lucky enough to fall into punk rock back in like 2000 or something, 99, 98, 2000 with like Offspring and Blink-182.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then right quickly after that, Offspring got my Punkorama, and then it was like No Effects. So immediately I had No Effects, I had Rancid, and so yeah, Fat Mike and Matt Freeman helped bass playing along to a pretty good degree, and I mean even Mark Hoppus, he's no slouch.
Oh, he's great.
And then just shouting out more modern people. The guy from this band called Brutal Youth is incredible. Has
Oh, dude,
great
I love
talent,
them.
super sick.
Yeah.
Uh, and more popular, but the dude from Paint It Black, I think his name's Andy or something. His
Yeah,
bass is always super super sick sounding.
yeah.
Another Philly band, yeah.
Yeah,
Super cool. So, all right, you are heading down to Fest this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so how much are you looking forward to that? And how many times have you been down there over the years?
I have lost count. I've been down there a lot, whether it's just to go to fest or to play in whatever band or even by myself. So this will be fun. This will be a fun return. Although in recent years, every time I go to Florida, I get really, really sick afterwards. Afterwards, it's like I get through it. It's fun. Then I come home and I like almost die. So,
Is
but
there
I'm
something
I'm
in the
hoping that we
water? Like
break. You know what? I shouldn't have been drinking water out of that ditch. So you might be right. It
those
probably
Florida
was something in the
ditches.
water. Yeah, that Florida ditch water, dude. It'll get you.
I've been playing Fest in various bands, I think since Fest 6 or 7, which is how long I've been going.
Yeah.
Because when I moved down here, it kind of worked out.
I'm just
Yeah,
so glad that it's still kicking, man, culturally,
Yeah.
yeah,
you
it's
know?
great. It's obviously it's evolved from having 20 plus venues, when it used to really be enormous to what it is now. But it's still amazing.
Yeah.
My favorite festival of the year, no matter what. I still feel like there's no other festival in out there like Fest.
Yeah. When I lived in Chicago, like I didn't pay attention to it. It was also smaller when I lived in Chicago. But we also just had bands coming through constantly. So, if you're posted up in Philly or something, you're probably getting like great bands coming through all the time. And it's not
Yeah.
big of a, it's not a huge deal to not go down there because most of those bands are coming through if they are touring. But
Hmm.
yeah, then I moved down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, which is like an hour outside Birmingham. And Birmingham's like if Atlanta's a B market, Birmingham's like a C or maybe a D market somewhere in there. And yeah, so like bands very rarely come to Birmingham. And all of a sudden I was just like wanting this music. So yeah, I've been to every fest since 2008.
Oh man, that's a
And
badge of honor right there.
I
yeah,
think
well, I
that's
mean,
me
yeah,
too. So
it's
maybe 1 year
yeah,
earlier, but yeah, that's
we,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
we've all been going for a hot minute, but yeah, and now it's like where I go see all my friends, and I don't necessarily need to go on tour as much. Like, go play down there, and there's basically everyone that wants to listen to you.
Little
And
one-stop shop.
as a silly sports guy on here, it's always been really cool for me to watch the World Series at Fest. Um, that's always been a really fun thing. It's always around that time, and when the Phillies are in it, it's really exciting because you have all these people coming down from up there, and actually have made a bunch of random like lifelong friends through little things like that.
Through the baseball. Yeah, I mean, I got my Phillies thing right over here. I fucking love the Phillies, man.
Hell yeah, go Fightins!
So, do you guys do you have any other like 500 bucks news or upcoming tours or anything of that nature that people should know about that's coming up in the near future? Keep an eye out for anything like that.
Yeah, we're going on tour with our buds, Signals Midwest, in October. So that's going to be really fun. It's very cool of them to ask us to come out on that. So yeah, that's going to rip. I think, we're going up. We're even playing like Toronto,
Yeah, that's
and
super
then going
exciting
out.
actually.
Yeah, going out to like I think we end the tour like the last two shows are in Cleveland and Detroit, and those will be like record release shows for Signals. Like they have a new record coming out, and and 84 Tigers is playing both those shows, and it's ex members of Small Brown Bike. So that's
Oh,
going to be a really really fun way to end that trip. And then yeah, then we're doing like the pre-fest show. We're playing in Orlando. Justin
And
just moved
Gainesville.
down. Yeah. Justin just moved down to Orlando, so we're flying down there, doing a pre-fest show there, and then another one in Gainesville, and then playing the fest on Saturday. And then beyond that, I mean, we're just kind of trying to start planning for next year.
yeah.
To do stuff. I don't know. I mean, we talked about maybe going to Europe if we can, but who knows? We'll see. But yeah, whoever whoever wants us to come play somewhere next year, holler at us.
Let us know. And are you guys like most active, I guess, maybe on IG? Like people follow you there and they'll get all the news. That's the good spot to get it.
I think so, dude. I literally just like deleted our Twitter because that fucking fascist hellhole. It's just a fucking fuck that shit. Fuck
Yeah.
that, all
Keep
that shit.
keep
Fuck Elon
going.
Musk.
Keep going. Keep going.
Fuck ICE. Fuck Elon Musk. Fuck all that shit. Fuck.
Yes.
I can't stand these fucking fascists.
Thank you.
So I was like, I'm like, I don't even want to fucking be on Twitter anymore. So we have Blue Sky.
Hmm.
Catch us on Blue Sky. Catch us on Instagram.
Hmm.
You know, whatever.
Yeah, I've just recently been saying like, man, I just want the punk rock community to stand up and start doing more of this shit, man. Where is the
Yeah,
rock
dude.
against Bush? We were going against George W. Bush, and this is not that I'm giving George W. Bush like a pass. He's a piece of shit too. But this shit is night and day. And the punk
No,
rock community, like, where's Pennywise? Where's Strike Anywhere? Where's Good Riddance? Write some fucking
Yeah.
pissed off songs for me, guys.
Yeah.
dude, this is like a fascist fucking technocracy. Fucking, don't even get me started. I hate all these motherfuckers.
It's tough, man. I can
So,
only, I don't want to be so ignorant and completely turn a blind eye to it so I don't know what's going on. So I
no,
pay
but
just enough attention, but I can't let it all the way infect my mental health because it will if I
dude,
fucking let it.
I had to take a little like couple day break because I mean, I was talking to a friend about it. I was like, I've been fucking doom scrolling for weeks. And I started feeling like fucking sick. Like literally, it was just like, just take a few days off and just don't. And then you come back and it's like, holy shit, 50 fucking new things happened. So sorry if I can't curse on here, but it's too
No,
late.
let it rip. Let it rip.
Yeah, sorry.
I love it.
But yeah, um,
There's only so much of it I can take. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so and disheartening more than anything else, where it's
Yeah.
like I want to care. I want to pay attention. I want to be
Hmm.
informed. I don't want to be sick to my stomach and pissed
Yeah.
off at all time at this like ridiculous hypocrisy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I think it's a
Yeah.
theocracy at this point.
At
It's
best, right?
it's
At best.
Christo-fascism.
Thank you.
I mean,
That's
it's
what I was
full
looking
on
for.
fucking Christo-fascism.
Every day
And
I just see these people marching with the cross in the name of deportation and racism and all different kinds of Islamophobia and homophobia and things like that. And
All the above.
I just really I think I pay too much attention to it too because Jeff and I talk about this stuff every time we get together, sometimes for
Mhm.
hours.
Yeah.
And, it's because it's fucking serious. It's fucking
Yeah.
serious. It's really happening. No, you don't open up your door and everything's blowing up and everything right out there. But the motherfuckers behind the curtain, they're really fucking with you. And now they did this with the curtain and they're fucking
Yeah.
with you.
They're not hiding this
They're
shit.
not hiding it.
No, and it's insidious.
Indeed
Yeah.
it is.
So,
I'll
all
leave
right.
it at that because I'll go off on it. too.
Yeah. I mean, no, I'm glad we touched on it because this is a
Yeah.
fucking punk channel and we should be talking about this shit. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that it came up. But as a subject change, so in all of your travels over the years, and interactions with other like quality, maybe punk legends, punk bands, people you've bumped elbows with, is there anything that sticks out? And I ask all of you of an interaction that might be either comical or just something that you hold dear of having interacted with somebody who's like a punk legend, if you will.
Every single one of mine would incriminate the other person because
Look, come on, baby.
we yeah, now I can't.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Enough.
because there's not
I have-
all the names I'd put out there. Nah.
All right. All right.
I have a lot of like cool bands that end up staying at my house, but like there's no like super crazy stories except for like people accidentally drinking too much or something like that. Most of them are just like fun stories about them petting my dog. Rest in peace. But
Oh man, I just lost my dog too. Rest in
I'm
peace.
sorry.
It's
Yeah.
tragic. Well, I got a puppy right here. I got a new
Oh.
one. She's
Okay.
sitting with me.
Oh.
Replacement dog. Yeah, no, I just rescued 2 dogs yesterday and like sent them straight to the pound or
Yeah.
animal
Yeah.
shelter. But but the times that I can like think of real hard where I ended up like punishing people or being afraid of people because they were like too big for me were like 2 very minor punk rock celebrities.
Mhm.
One was Garth from Strike Anywhere. I played a show with his other band Park Sparrows, and I like couldn't talk to him all night until we were about to leave.
Yeah.
I went up to him and I was like, I know who you are and I love your work. He was like, cool, man. Cool show. Thanks. And then the other was at one of my first fests. There's this guy named Jason Yon that used to play in a band called Trial by Fire, who were on
Yeah,
JEFF
man.
Records that put out an
I
excellent
love that
fucking
band.
record
I didn't even
called-
know that band. Sorry.
called Rain on the Dawn back in the day. But his new band, Beast of Donation, was playing like 1982. And that poor band, I just sat there and like talking to them all night, and they were sweethearts and tolerated me. But like to this day, I still think about it because I would like message him on fucking Facebook and think nothing about it. And he was just like some regular ass dude that was talking to some 40-year-old dude talking to like some 22-year-old kid about this record that came out 20 years ago, and
Yeah.
just cringy experiences on my behalf.
I actually have one that's not incriminating. That's pretty good.
All right.
Teenagers played a show with Chris Wallard and the Ship Thieves at Will's Pub in Orlando. And we got completely obliterated with Chris Wallard and all of his band of Ship Thieves. It was a great rock and roll show. But it was like, a Will's Pub show down here lets you out probably 3 a.m. And we were probably going hard since load in with them.
Yeah.
And so everybody was loading out. And it wasn't as organized of a loadout as it usually would be. People were just throwing their guitars in the van. And mine ended up with the Ship Thieves, but I had no idea. And my wife, wasn't my wife yet, but she lived in Gainesville, was an educator up there. And long story short, I didn't realize they took it, and we went looking everywhere, like the venue, et cetera, et cetera. And I had one friend, like 1 degree of separation from Wallard. And I said, can you please text Chris Wallard and ask him if he ended up with one random Epiphone, because I know he ain't playing an Epiphone, and I use that at the show. And the next night, and Wallard is one of my guitar heroes.
Yeah,
Big
for
time
sure.
guitar
For
hero.
sure.
I rip off his stuff pretty regularly. And I get a text message like this. This guy just talking about like how it was cool that we got to play the show together. He's real sorry, and he's gonna get together and get the guitar back and everything. And that was pretty funny.
Good
So,
shit.
Candace went to his house and got it.
All right. Well, listen, guys, I thought that there's a little theory that I have when you're first getting into a band and you go see them for the first time and you hope and pray that they're going to play the set that you would want them to play. And that set that you guys played the other night, I swear to God, if I could have wrote it, that's the set list I would have written.
Oh,
It was
dude,
absolutely
that
fantastic. I was so fucking stoked about it.
Good job, Jeff.
So I know the drummer.
I let my cat write that. My cat hates me.
One of
Yeah.
you guys was saying, "Oh, this is too long of a set. This isn't a record release show." I'm like, "It was perfect length. I loved it." So
That rules. Thank you.
So yeah, I just want to thank you guys before I let you go. Just thank you guys so much for coming on here. It means a lot. And to anybody watching this, I'm telling you right now, $500, man, they're fantastic. Get on board. They're going places.
Thank you so much for having us, John. It means a lot, man. Seriously. And thank you for checking out the record too, man.
Not a problem. I appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
All right,
All right, brother.
Thanks.
Peace.
Bye.